told supporters at his Mar-a-Lago estate the country is in decline with interference in their elections using law enforcement.
They can't beat us at the ballot box, so they try and beat us through the law. That's the country in which we live, however, right now. The USA is a mess. Our economy is crashing. Inflation is out of control. Russia has joined with China. Can you believe that?
Now turning to 5AA sport, the Crows held their main training session today ahead of their home game against FIVEAA this Saturday. Coach Matthew Nix has ruled out Darcy Fogarty as he recovers from injury.
We err on conservative, so we'll continue to do that. We're going to a Thursday night game next week. We're now going to look at that and sort of work towards that with Darcy.
Shane McAdam will miss another round due to suspension. Outspoken PGA loyalist Rory McIlroy believes golf's civil war needs to be put to one side this week as the world's best players reunite at the Masters.
This week in this tournament is way bigger than any of that, I feel, and it's just great that all the best players in the world are together again for the first time in what seems to be quite a while.
18 LIV players, including Australian Cameron Smith, will compete in the major at Augusta. And LeBron James has starred with 37 points as the LA Lakers beat the Utah Jazz 135 to 133 in overtime. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Good afternoon, looking pretty good for the drive home. No great dramas, busy in a few spots, including the North-South Motorway Grand Junction Road, also Cross Road at Winifred Avenue, busy. Got lane closed at North Haven, Victoria Road near Veach Road, and speeds reduced for works at Outer Harbour. That's Victoria Road near Sir Keith Smith Drive, speeds at out of 40. Cameras at Heathslip Road, Burton, and Military Road at Henley Beach. This long weekend, Dan Murphy's brings you 4 days of offers, and if you find it cheaper, they'll beat it. Shop Dan Murphy's in-store or online. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast, mostly sunny this afternoon. Showers and the chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow, 25. Back to 21 and showers on Good Friday. They'll ease on Saturday, 19. Right now it's 28 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
The billion-dollar deal to buy a South Australian family business. The state government imposes a TikTok ban. Crash and Dash see young criminals in action in Adelaide's West. And a red alert for every parent. The simple cough that becomes life-threatening with hundreds of kids struck down. The signs you need to look out for. I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
Bigger battle, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, and flower. You're the chosen one.
Pick your favourite Kia. From the award-winning Kia Sportage to the street cred delivering Kia Seltos, or Kia's most powerful car ever, the all-electric EV6 GT. Book a test drive today to find your chosen one. Find out more at kia.com.au or drop into your nearest Kia dealer.
Kia, movement that inspires.
G'day, Tom Wren here. Greyhounds love to run, and Greyhound fans love Thursday nights at Angle Park. For top greyhound racing, a great family atmosphere and the amazing food, Chase's Restaurant is offering a full a la carte menu to ensure you have a fantastic night out. Chips, wedges, through to classics like burgers, fish and chips, schnitties and steaks. Yum! Grab the whole family and get to the park to watch those dogs go. Every Thursday night at Angle Park Greyhounds.
You want to shut out the wind and rain in winter, or the sun, flies and mozzies in summer, but you don't want to sacrifice your view? Then you need Phantom Screens. For protection from sun, wind and rain all year round, Phantom's SA-made outdoor motorised blinds can span up to 12 metres wide. They offer effortless automation, a blind that's there 1 minute and gone the next. From the hills to the coast and everywhere in between, choose Phantom Screens. Get inspired online at phantomscreens.com.au.
5AA's Business Lounge with Matthew Pantelis.
Today I'm here with Michael Green from MGK Accountants. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks, Matt, for having me.
Now, you specialise in growing businesses. What are you finding when these businesses first come to you?
Look, when businesses first come to us, they've often been relying heavily on luck and skills in their sector. But guess what? They run without a business plan. They've been reasonably successful but haven't properly accounted for their own time. And so guess what? They're overworking, and we all know that is not sustainable.
And overworking is dangerous for you and the business, isn't it?
Absolutely. because if something happens to you, there's a lot riding on it.
So, how does your business development program work?
Well, we give a lot of tough advice. We meet with the business development clients monthly to check in and adapt as we go. But you have to implement for this to work. It's no good just talking about it.
Definitely. If you're interested in scaling your business up or down, visit mgkaccountants.com.au to arrange a free initial consult.
Jade Robran on 1395, Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Yo, I don't think we should talk about this. Come on, why not? People might misunderstand what we're trying to say, you know? That's a part of life. Come on.
Let's talk about tech, baby. Let's talk about tech. Let's talk about tech. Let's talk about tech.
All right then, come on, spin.
Let's talk about tech, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all of the things.
Do we like it? 82230000. We have a new intro for tech. Let's talk tech with Richard Pascoe. All thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists. I like it. Very clever.
And so do I. And thank you to Blakey for doing that for me. So, yes.
Very, very clever. What can't that man do?
Exactly right. So, no, I really like it. So we'd be interested. If you like it,
do we vote yes, it stays, or do we go back to our other one? I think it stays. I vote yes.
This is like Australian Idol, a poor man's version. So yes.
Well, we had Anthony Calais on before. We should have kept him on to vote.
See what he
celebrity
said.
voter.
Yes.
We are live streaming all thanks to Foodland Supermarkets. We're getting a wave here in the studio. If you'd like to jump onto YouTube, Facebook or 5AA.com.au, you can tune in and watch Richard Pascoe do his thing. Let's talk tech. If you'd like to ask Richard a question, 82230000. Let's kick off with, does Google Chrome have a security issue that's been reported?
It was reported in the news there might be a security issue with Google Chrome. Can I just say no? There is no security issue with Google Chrome because they keep, it was all about if you hadn't updated Google Chrome, then somebody might be able to come along and log onto your computer and do things like that. But Google Chrome's an automatic update. I thought it was the most overblown story out, but had a couple of people message me, so I thought I would just bring it up today.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about calls. I've got that song in my head now. Let's talk about calls, baby, that can be made to look like they come from a bank.
We've had this, and I've done some investigation into it. So we always get the ones about, I'm from the NAB, I'm from the Commonwealth Bank. They can duplicate the number from the NAB or the Commonwealth Bank or any bank on there because it's called calling line identification over stamping. Now, it's actually a legal thing that it can be done. So companies use it in Australia because when they operate an overseas call centre, they overstamp their calls, so you're not getting a call from the Philippines or India. It looks like it's come in from Australia. So ACMA is saying, which is the Australian Communication and Media Authority, saying it's quite legal for them to do it, except when there's, for nefarious purposes like trying to trick you on that. And I don't think it's right at all now because they're going along, but it's a legal thing to go along and have done. So phone calls, text messages that look like they come from the bank, it can be a fake thing. So what do you do if you suddenly go along? And I've had 5, I don't know, I must be popular today, 5 phone calls purportedly from the bank.
Today?
Today. There's a problem with my account.
Truly?
Yes.
I've not had one.
I hadn't had one for a couple of weeks, but I've had 5 already today.
All right.
So what you do is you basically hang up, go to the app on your phone or go to your computer, log into your account. If you can log into your account, there's not many problems there. Check the accounts, see if there's any transactions that are false on there. If there's not, happy days, just log off. And you can also go along, if they've sent you a letter or a note in there, it's always sitting in there as well. NAB have sent you a message, Commonwealth Bank, Westpac have sent you a message, and just ignore it. Then, if you really want to, ring back on the proper phone number, not the number that's come into your phone, because you don't know whether it's going to be rerouted back to the scammers overseas. But you've got to be especially careful now because, It'll look like the NAB's phone number, look like the Commonwealth Bank's phone number, look like Westpac's phone number, and all the others, but it might not be.
Okay.
It's awful times we live in.
It really is. It just makes you doubt everything and everybody. I don't like it.
No.
Let's talk to Kathy in Parracombe. Hello, Kathy.
Hi. Richard, just want to ask you a question. You might not be able to help me. I had a renovation done to my house, and I had to reset all my computer.
Right.
Now, I've got NBN plus Wi-Fi, and everything's all there.
Yeah.
It was working okay on the computer. The power went out with a storm one day, and I haven't been able to get the internet on my computer since.
And you've got Wi-Fi on your computer?
Yes, but it's telling me that there's no Wi-Fi connected.
Now,
And
is the
it
Wi-Fi on? So when you go to the router, is the little Wi-Fi the 2.4, the 5 gigahertz lights, are they on?
Yep, they're all on, and my grandson can access Wi-Fi on his laptop.
And you're on Windows 10 or 11?
10, I think it is.
10. Just type into the little search bar down the bottom, network troubleshooter.
Okay.
All right, and run that.
Yep.
Now, that might fix all of the issues that you've got.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Kathy.
No worries. Thank you.
Let's talk to Darcy now. Hello, Darcy.
Hello, thank you for taking the call.
Pleasure, Darcy.
Just got a quick question about my Samsung TV.
Yep.
I have disconnected the switch and put in a PlayStation, but the app on the TV doesn't recognise that it's a PlayStation.
Oh.
Thinks that it's a DVD, but it came up automatically with the Switch icon and all that and named it automatically as a Switch.
Yeah.
But now won't do it. Is there a way to override it and call it PlayStation?
How old's the TV?
It's brand new. It's a QLED 75.
Oh, Darcy, very nice. Flash TV.
Yeah, we've spoken about my TV, you and I, before, and yeah, you mentioned that it's a pretty good unit, which it is. I love it. But yeah, this one's thrown me how I can... Is there a way to rename the app?
Oh, I'm going to have to take this one on advice, Darcy. You might want to ring me back on Friday, all right?
Yeah.
Because I'll be on from 10. I know it's Good Friday, but I'll be on from 10 to 2:30.
I'll be at the TV and then as well, so we'll be able to...
There we go, Darcy,
we'll be able
all
to
right?
do a live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so I'll do some research, Darcy, because it should just recognise it. Have you swapped over the cables?
So it automatically recognised that it was a Switch when we connected the Switch.
Yep.
Then, put in a PlayStation. The only thing I can think of is an older PlayStation. It's a PlayStation 4, not the 5.
Right.
Oh, better go out and buy the new one then.
Come on, Darcy.
Oh, I know, lagging.
Hey, Darcy, ring me back on Good Friday, okay?
No worries.
And I'll make a note and we'll have a look, see if we can rename it. All right?
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Darcy.
Cheers, Darcy. Thank you so much. We've got Ken in Woodcroft. Hello, Ken.
Yeah, good afternoon. And we're not talking footy just for one game, okay?
Yeah, there we go, Ken. You're a good man, but have faith for this weekend, Ken. All right?
I hope so, mate.
Your record's
That's all.
good. Your record's all right. You'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
Okay. One thing that I applied to on Monday was it's obviously turned out a bad scam where there was a picture of JB Hi-Fi offering a phone for $1.
Yeah.
And
it's too good to be true, Ken.
I realise that now, and I won't make that mistake again. But the trouble is, I went through the rigmarole, and they give you like 18 boxes to pick.
Yeah.
And if you pick the box, whether all those boxes you pick, there's going to be a winner. But I did that, and the bad thing I did was give my credit card details, and they, within half an hour, deducted $50 from my account via an American company. I didn't authorise that, but my Citibank credit card were onto it straight away, and they informed me that this is indeed a scam, and they will have to issue me with another credit card. That's the safest way out of that, and they will refund the money.
Oh,
so
good.
is that a fact that Citibank have recognised this has probably been a scam for many, many other callers as well? Do they recognise that fact, and how come they can refund that money? Is it the fact that it wasn't approved to be passed on, that $50 they tried to scam out of my account?
And because they were pretty proactive and quick on this sort of thing, that's why you've got your money back, Ken.
So that process that they tried to withdraw $50, it could have been far worse. They could have tried to withdraw whatever amount. But if you think about it worldwide, well, not worldwide, just so in Australia, if you've got, say, just a number, 100,000 people that apply for this, and they all get scammed with the same amount, that's a lot of money that they can possibly get.
It's a good business, Ken, to be in.
What, scamming?
Yeah. It's a very profitable business, Ken.
He's been very, very sarcastic.
I am, Ken. Sorry, Ken.
It's a bloody awful thing that they're doing, stealing from everybody. And you're right. If you think about it, $50 from you, $50 from me, soon adds up, and that's why they keep on doing it.
That's right. We've got to stop falling for these things. You're
We
not
do,
going to
but-
get a phone for $1, Ken.
But Ken's not alone.
No.
I've fallen for one years ago now. And I mean, obviously I talk to you regularly, so I know I'm on high alert. But I mean, they get more and more sophisticated, don't they, Ken? And you sometimes do. Sometimes you just, and this cost of living crisis, you think, oh, that's a bargain.
Phone for $1.
Yeah, I want
50.
that.
I got bitten once, but it won't happen again. I can assure you that. And to everybody out there, do not disclose your credit card details, especially that last 3-digit number on the back of your card.
That's right.
Good advice, Ken.
Well done, Ken.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
See you later, mate. We're going to take a really short break. If you'd like to talk tech with Richard Pascoe, 8223 0000.
The countdown to Easter is on at the Adelaide Central Market, and that means the market is overflowing with all your Easter essentials. Join Dave and Will live on Easter Thursday at the Adelaide Central Market, the destination for Easter. Support local this Easter with extended trading hours and discover everything from local produce and hot cross buns to gifts and SA seafood. Tune into 5AA Breakfast on Thursday, April 6th to catch Dave and Will live from the Adelaide Central Market.
We all need connection. Across this big brown land, our radio community keeps you connected, but sometimes you need more. If you're struggling, don't keep it to yourself. Head to commercialradio.com.au/voice. There's a collection of organisations, real people, ready and waiting to hear from you. If you know someone who needs help, use this moment to reach out, because sometimes all you need is a voice.
Head to commercialradio.com.au/voice.
This is Brownies Podcast!
G'day, it's Jonathan Brown, the host of Brownies Podcast. Along with my boys Dino and Campbell Brown, we give you the world's loosest podcast.
Was Jesus well hung?
Tell you what, boys, never been prouder.
Your son loves Fast and the Furious, burning things, and he likes burning people.
The only loudmouth dickhead from here is you.
Ask your smart speaker to play Brownies Podcast or search for Brownies Podcast wherever you listen to your podcast.
At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, we believe you shouldn't settle for anything. You deserve the best. So why settle for an SUV when you could be enjoying an SUVW? Come and see our range of T-Roc and T-Cross, the small SUVs that are big on features. Don't wait months for your new T-Roc or T-Cross, and don't settle for an SUV when you can own an SUVW today. From Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Finally, the global hit musical is here. 38 diverted planes, 7,000 stranded passengers, and one small town that welcomed them all. That's the Broadway hit Come From Away, and it's here in Adelaide. It's been called a hit and a masterpiece, best musical winner around the world. Now playing at Her Majesty's Theatre. Book at comefromaway.com.au.
Get ready, South Australia. The inaugural AFL Gather Round, a festival of footy, is heading to your great state for round 5 of the 2023 Toyota AFL Premiership season. Catch all the stars in a massive doubleheader with the Cats and Eagles, followed by the Pies and Saints at Adelaide Oval on Sunday, April 16. All the clubs, all the players, all the matches, all the epic entertainment.
The greatest show on earth!
Gather round it. Great seats still available from Ticketek.
Whether a hobby or a full-blown dairy and livestock farm, they all have one thing in common: the need for good quality steel to keep livestock safe and secure. At Norm Metals, we have just that. From rural fencing and gates to droppers, loading ramps and more, you'll find what you need for your farm. And if we don't, we'll source it for you quickly and at the best price. No matter what kind of farm you have, we'll help you out at Norm Metals, 255 Grand Junction Road, Ottawa.
Jade Robran, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
Welcome back to Tech Talk, all thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialist. If you'd like to talk to Richard Pascoe, 8223 0000. We have Alex in Linden Park on the line. Richard, good afternoon, Alex.
Oh, good afternoon. Yes, thank you, Richard, for taking my call. And
Pleasure.
Jade. I have a shack down near the beach, and I don't have any Wi-Fi, and so we've been watching our Apple TV via personal hotspot.
Yep.
And a couple of months ago, I went down there, and when I was putting in my password, I made a mistake and submitted by mistake.
Right.
And now it won't let me put in my my correct password.
Yep.
It keeps on coming up with an error 100 or something like that. And I'm just wondering, is there a way? I've tried restarting it and logging out and all of those sorts of things.
There is a network settings app on there. If you
Yes,
go into yep.
Yeah, I have been into the network. That's where I get into my hotspot from my phone.
Yeah, and you've removed the network?
No, I haven't done that.
Remove the network and then re-add it in. So it'll come up like, with Alex's phone, and then put the password in there.
So remove the network and then add it again.
That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for your help.
Thanks,
That's
Alex.
great.
Thank you very much. I love those simple fixes. And
like
you've just
those.
changed her life now. She's
That's
like, oh,
it.
thank God
She's going
that's
to go
done.
away for Easter. She's going to go down to the beach and,
Yep,
binge
she can
binge
watch the
watch
footy.
stuff.
She can do whatever she likes.
That's it.
Good one, Alex. Let's talk to Robin in Port Adelaide. Howdy.
Hi there, guys. I've just a question about routers and IP addresses.
Yes.
I used to get a different IP address every time the router was rebooted.
Yeah.
Up until Christmas. Now I have the same IP address all the time.
Yeah.
My speed, I'm paying $95 with Telstra, and I'll be lucky I'm getting 11.27 and 11.1.
It's got nothing to do with the IP address, Robin.
No, where it connects or anything?
No. You're turning the router on and off?
Yes, I am. We get about a week a month where we get 46, 47.
Yep.
And then after that, it just goes back to 11 for the rest of the month.
Speak to Telstra, Robin, and reset the router. All right?
I'll reset it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Good man.
Thanks,
you,
Robin.
Richard. See ya. Bye.
Thank you, Robin, and thank you to you, Richard Pascoe. Have a lovely Easter. You're on over the Easter break.
Good Friday, 10 to 2:30. Got a cast of thousands coming in.
Oh, fabulous. Well, I hope Easter Bunny's good to you. I'm having a bit of a break, so I shall see you
soon.
After that, see you soon. Thank you kindly. Well, it is a case that gripped the country. Well, it gripped the world, really. The world's eyes were on us in Perth as little Cleo Smith was held captive by a stranger who snatched her from a tent while on a family camping trip. Well, the gentleman who did that faced court. He appeared in Western Australia District Court today. Rory Campbell from 7 News in Perth was there. Rory, thanks for your time.
Yeah, pleasure, Jade. Look, it's like you say, it's a case that gripped Australia and parts of the world as well. And look, to some degree, it came to a conclusion here today. Terence Kelly was sentenced for the crime of kidnapping 4-year-old Cleo Smith. And I guess the long and the short of it is he was sentenced to 13 years and 6 months behind bars. He'll be eligible for parole after serving 11 years and 6 months. So, look, he'll be behind bars until at least 33, which I don't know how much closure it offers Cleo's parents or Cleo herself, but certainly from a court and the police process, it's come to a conclusion today.
Were they in court, and if they were, what was their reaction?
Yeah, look, Ellie and Jake, Cleo's stepfather, were in court today. It was a pretty full gallery. There wasn't too much sort of, I guess, noise or anything like that. It was an incredibly full gallery, as you might imagine, for a case like this. There were lots of police officers in there, and because it was such a mammoth police operation that sort of eventually led to Cleo being found. That was one of the reasons there were so many in there, and there were also people who were sort of just came into contact with the case as well. And it was a full courtroom. There wasn't too much emotion that rippled through, but no doubt internally they would have been feeling something. This man caused them so much anguish, and we'll probably never know how much trauma to their little girl, and you'd have to think that they were certainly, their hearts were racing regardless of what the outcome would have been today.
Oh my golly, absolutely. Did you hear any more details about what the time, away from her parents was like?
Yeah, we did get a little bit more detail revealed today. So essentially, I'm sure most people are aware, but to give people a quick rundown, so Cleo was taken from her family campsite near Carnarvon in WA's northwest in the dead of night. She was taken by Terence Kelly while she was sleeping. She didn't wake. He took her to his home in Carnarvon, which is nearby, and she was kept there for 18 days until police found her playing on the floor with her toys when they raided his home. And we found out some information today that the room in which she'd been kept had a modified lock on it. It was a door that didn't lock and had been modified to become a door that locked from the outside. And while Cleo was held captive there, Mr. Kelly played the radio to cover any noises that she might make, and at some stages during that she heard her name being referred to on the radio, her disappearance, and she asked, "Why are they saying my name?" And so, look, we've gained, which is a bit of a chilling sort of insight into what went on. And, so we got a little bit more detail on top of what was already a pretty harrowing story, I guess, with an experience that this little 4-year-old girl must have gone through.
Did he say why he did it?
Look, he didn't really give any sort of clear indication as to why he did it in police. We heard some extracts of police interviews where he said he sort of knew what he was doing was wrong. The judge made some remarks in her sentencing remarks that sort of to that point. She suggested that he's obviously been medically assessed since his arrest, and she said that a complex sort of string of personality disorders combined with a heavy use of methamphetamine were two of the reasons that probably led to him making the decision to take Cleo Smith. But in terms of a clear explanation, there wasn't one offered by Mr. Kelly. But I think the judge's remarks gives you some sort of idea as to the sort of set of circumstances that might have led to this.
Rory, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure. And hoping that Cleo and her family have some sense of closure today and they can move on with their life and she leads a long and happy life.
Absolutely. Well said. Rory Campbell there from 7 News in Perth. And, of course, you can watch his report on 7 News at 6 o'clock tonight. 13 years and 6 months behind bars for Terence Kelly. Good riddance, mate. Throw away the key.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Police have seized a number of items from a Cuddler property after the discovery of a body yesterday. The victim is still yet to be ID'd. The Shaheens have offloaded their OTR empire for more than $1 billion. Donald Trump says the USA is going to hell after pleading not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records. And in sport, Darcy Fogarty has been ruled out of the Crows side this weekend. Mostly sunny this afternoon. Tomorrow showers, the chance of a thunderstorm and 25. Right now it's 28 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
Saturday mornings from 9. Join KG and Cornsey for the Saturday Sports Show.
Hello, Panos.
I'm a Cross supporter. If Hilltop was at Port Adelaide Football Club or any other AFL club, would it be in the first 24, yes or no?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I don't. Whose place would he take?
Saturday mornings from 9.
Well, you tell me.
Well,
That's why I rang up.
The Saturday Sports Show on Adelaide's 5AA.
If you're building a home, the Selector Homes Display Village is a great place to start. Your ideas and imagination will flow. There's nothing else quite like it in Adelaide. Different homes for different lifestyles, all in the one location. Walk through the sanctuary. It's simply stunning, with an incredible Jarrah facade, polished concrete floors and a sensational use of space. Explore the Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
With power prices continuing to soar, Solar Heart is helping smart Australians soak up more sunshine, store more energy and save more money on every bill. And right now, you can save up to $1,000 on Solar Heart solar power systems, including our new high-performance 415-watt silhouette panels. The bigger the system, the bigger the saving. So don't settle for soaring power prices. Get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
G'day, it's Merv Hughes here. After years of snoring like a train, the missus sent me for a CPAP Direct sleep test. I'm sleeping quiet and waking up refreshed.
The ResMed AirTouch range of CPAP masks with 6 soft memory foam disposable cushions are designed for nasal and full face users. Plus, buy this month and receive a free spare silicone cushion. Experience memory foam CPAP masks at CPAP Direct.
Find your local store at cpap.com.au.
That's the sound of KFC's new $4.95 fill-up featuring 2 golden crunchy wicked wings. Not everywhere, not forever, and pick up only. So drop into KFC before 4 p.m. and get wicked with it.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And Business SA and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between Business SA and Ray White Business Sales SA, they're bringing all their experience to your business, making sure it's in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. So go on, touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with Business SA.
At IGA, you'll find all your Easter treats, like Red Julep Carnival Rabbit, 180 gram, $3.75 each. That's half price. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends April 11. Participating stores only. Excludes Foodland.
Experience everything Europe has to offer with Phil Hoffman Travel and Travel Marvel. From Amsterdam to Budapest, make the most of Travel Marvel's brand new river ships with everything at your fingertips on board and dreamy destinations on your doorstep, with premium cruises starting from just $3,995 per person. Let Travel Marvel take the hard work out of your holiday and immerse yourself in every moment. Travel Marvel, freedom to explore. Phil Hoffman Travel. Visit pht.com.au. T's and C's apply.
$13.95, Adelaide's 5AA. This is Jade Robran.
Welcome back to Afternoons. It is 3:36 on this Wednesday afternoon. I don't know about you, but Easter for me is about going away with the family and eating, drinking, being merry and grateful, of course. In that ad break, I just figured out what I am going to be eating because I just had the best chip of my life. I'm drooling because these pork ribs sitting in front of me look finger-licking good. Barnsey from Weber Store is in the studio to whip up what looks like seriously the best ribs on the planet. Good afternoon.
How are you? I thought about Easter. I thought about Good Friday, Jade, and thanks for having me. I'm pretty excited about it too. It does look epic. So we thought we could do fish for Friday, and then I
said no because I don't eat fish.
You don't eat fish, so we thought we'd let everyone cook their fish on Good Friday, and then people have got 3 days left to barbecue.
Yes.
And you've asked me to bring in the pork ribs, and I'm pretty happy with them. Like, it looks like a picture, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, you have not disappointed. Okay, in all the things that you've cooked, you know, you come in here and you're proud of what you cook, but today,
yeah.
You're up and about.
I'm up and about for a few reasons. You know, we in barbecue, the brisket's considered the king of barbecue. Pork ribs is probably a close second. You've just tasted the crisps and you're going off. I just can't wait for you to try the ribs, because when you do, if you thought those crisps were good, I can guarantee you, I promise you, they're the best ribs you've ever had in your life.
Oh, yum. Yeah. Okay, so ribs you can cook all different ways.
Yep.
How have you done this?
So we've smoked them. So part of the reason when you asked me to bring in the ribs for Easter, I thought for those 3 days that you've got off, if you're going away and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of rain around, it's the sort of thing that you can take up to 5 to 6 hours to cook.
Yeah.
You really got to be passionate. You can push them through for about an hour and a half, and I think everyone loves pork ribs.
Yeah.
So we've smoked these. We've cooked these for about 5 hours, and then I've got pickles on the side, which goes well with ribs. We've made a coleslaw. But these crisps that I've made, which we're getting into a bit at the moment, you said you like that. You've only had one.
Oh, yeah, trust me, I'm not stopping at one.
Yeah, no, well, that's what I mean. When are you going to try one of these ribs? Are you going to try it on air, or are you going to eat it afterwards?
Well, I've got to keep talking to you. If you take over and just keep talking,
All
I
right,
can.
I'll talk about the ribs for a little bit. Come and have one.
All
Just
right.
because I've cut them up
Break
for you.
one up and then just pass it here.
All right,
and
so-
I'm wearing a white shirt, so of course it'll drop
It's gonna
straight down the
be-
front.
These are the napkins that I had. That's all right.
Do I need it?
So here, have a look at this.
Spray my hands so they're nice and clean. Cause
That's the best napkin I've got at the moment. But get into that because
Jeez, look how much meat's on this. So what?
They are meaty
type?
ribs. I'll tell you about them. So you
Yep.
eat it. So this is a baby back rib, which a lot of people think, or a lot of people refer to as American ribs. Now this is quite meaty, so it's got
Very
a lot of the
meaty.
loin left on it. We've used a South Australian rub combination. We've used the Cluckin' rib rub from Smokin' Mangoes and his cherry habanero. Little bit of pepper. How do you go with spice?
Oh, that's sensational.
Yeah, so you told me you cooked ribs, last weekend, did you?
Saturday for the showdown.
For the showdown. You
Yep.
stayed home and had a showdown barbecue,
I
did you?
totally did, and I put mine in the oven, which I don't love to do, but it was just quick and easy. They don't even come close to this. This is next level. That meat is so tender.
Yeah. Are you happy with that?
Oh,
I'm pretty happy with
That's
it.
got a smoky barbecue with a little bit of a kick in it.
Yeah, and what we do is, so when we put them in there, we do smoke them at the start, then we squirt them with a spritz, which makes them, it retains the moisture, keeps that nice bark on it, and then we glaze them at the end. So in terms of a flavour combination, you still got the meatiness, you still got the fattiness. Hopefully this is coming through on the radio to the listeners of just how good these ribs are and what you can actually do. But like I said, we've made these crisps to go with it. We've got, so it's all about your sides as well. So if you were to serve that, for those that are watching the live stream on Facebook,
You're just seeing me feed my face.
Go for it. I mean,
Oh.
a lot of people, and I think too, is you got to be proud to eat ribs. You know, when you go to a rib shack or a rib restaurant, you put the big bib on, it goes all over your face. You got to do that. You got to get yourself dirty to actually taste the rib. It's one of the best things about them.
Oh, that is next level. They are the
Is
best
it?
ribs I've ever had. Because sometimes, the meat can be chewy.
Yeah, you can.
That is so tender.
So, and if you get them from a butcher, a lot of them are what we call shiners, so there's not a lot of meat on them, and it's just more about the bones. She's holding up napkins.
Because I've got it
Do you
everywhere.
want to come? You can bring the napkins in. Do you want to come and try a rib as well? Like, I feel guilty. Jade said to
Tammy
me,
doesn't like being on air, so she waits
Oh.
for the ad break, and
that's
then
okay.
she has one. But they are sensational. Okay, tell us the rub, and then is it the same as the chips, or are they all a family and they all melt together?
So the chips I cooked in a rice bran oil on sort of a medium to high heat. So I cut them on a mandolin, and for those people that are watching, that is as thin as crispy as you can get for a chip. Like this is, like that's a chip, and I made them today. I put the Smokin' Mangoes rub on there as well. So you said you loved that. People would think they're out of. Crisps go really well with barbecue, so people think they're out of a packet. I'm pretty proud of the crisps.
You should be very proud. Chris Charmel would cut thinly sliced like that.
Yeah.
He'd be proud.
Well, I hope so because, he's a chef and he's renowned in Adelaide for it. Obviously, he comes on the show and he's come in and had our barbecue before. And barbecue and low and slow barbecue community in South Australian barbecue is different. So when we've cooked with chefs before, they're interested in this. They don't smoke meat in this way. They don't do it like this. So for them, it's a treat as well to have something different that they're not classically trained in. But certainly members of our barbecue community cook this stuff.
Well,
all the
you
time.
serve that up, and people are talking about that for years and years to come.
Thank you.
They're booking in an Easter Saturday barbecue at your house every day. So if you want to go in and have a chat with Barnesy at the Weber store and ask what the rub is, how to go about doing this, Mile End, are you there over the weekend?
Jeb's Cross and Mile End. We're open. I think we're open Saturday and Monday. So most people will do their shopping probably tomorrow. They'll probably start heading off tomorrow. But they can come in any time or we'll show them how to cook these ribs. We're cooking every day. And one thing I'll just say to you too, Jade, is before when you said you cooked yours in the oven, these you can cook in the oven. The heat sources change, but obviously the flavour doesn't. You can get some smoke in there as well.
Oh, absolutely delicious. Thank you so much, mate. Happy Easter.
Thank you.
AFL is back for 2023 and 5AA is Adelaide's football leader.
An absolute cracking goal!
Catch every game live and local with South Australia's best call team. Stephen Rowe, Tim Ginniver, Will Goodings, Tom Wren and now Warren Treadrain and Scott Camporeale. There's only one destination for AFL in Adelaide.
Yes, he can!
5AA football.
We've all been affected by the floods, but our resilience runs deep, ready to rise up to the occasion.
The river is calling you to explore it, rediscover it, treasure it.
Delve into its roaming creeks. See its spectacular floodplains.
Embrace its breathtaking views.
Be part of the revival. Rise up for our river.
Visit southaustralia.com/river revival.
Fresh nuts, melt-in-your-mouth chocolates and eye-popping Easter gifts. G'day folks, I'm Brett Charlesworth and they're 3 irresistible reasons to visit Charlesworth Nuts and make your family's Easter extra special. We have over 70 different hampers, bags and boxes for friends and loved ones, including some spectacular family gifts. Charlesworth gifts are stunning, they're delicious and they're South Australian. You can't go wrong. Visit our 12 family-owned stores or shop online. Why Charlesworth? Because fresh nuts taste better.
You don't have to jump on a plane to find pals from around the world. Or even leave the airport. Parafield Airport Liquor Store has thousands of pals in a huge old airport hangar. So maybe their pals are whiskies from Scotland, Ireland and Japan, but that's just some of their pals. With over 300 craft beers, 500 whiskies and over 2,000 wines. New pals from around the world are closer than you think. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
If you'll need a window, and not just anything will do, just call Statesman Windows, back to redirect to you.
Nobody beats Statesman Windows, not on quality and certainly not on service. Windows, sliding doors, bifolds and more, made right here in Adelaide, factory direct to you. For windows when and where you want them, call Statesman Windows, states.com.au.
Windows when and where you want them. Windows when and where you want them.
Look around your house and yard. If you see old tools, broken bike frames, an old fridge and even that old car, don't look at it as junk, look at it as dollar signs. At Nor Metals, our priority is to give you the best value for your scrap metal disposal. We offer cash for scrap Monday to Friday and Saturday mornings for a range of different steel supplies and car components, including bodies and radiators. Get cash for your scrap at Nor Metals, 255 Grand Junction Road, Ottaway.
You've selected your block up on the York Peninsula, and now you just want to be there every weekend. Selector Homes have been building transportable homes for over 25 years. They have a huge range of designs and, importantly, their team really listen and are totally flexible with design options. You're not only selecting a fixed price with no hidden costs, you're selecting the best weekends ever. Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
Jade Robran on 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
You might have heard me giving away tickets to Shen Yun or seen the beautiful ads on TV of a group of stunning dancers taking to the stage. Now, it is really beautiful and it's coming to town from the 6th to the 9th of April at the Festival Theatre. Joining us from Shen Yun is Helen Shea. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jay. Thank you for having me today.
Can you tell us all about Shen Yun?
Well, Shen Yun is a classical Chinese dance and music company. So it's actually the world's premier classical Chinese dance and music company. Basically, we showcase traditional Chinese culture. So China has a vast history of 5,000 years of divine culture, and this divine culture flourished in the land of China. So our mission and the core values of our performing arts company is to tell the story of 5,000 years of Chinese civilization through breathtaking dance and music. So this is all classical Chinese dance and music. We have we have so many dancers on stage. We have a live orchestra with the Performing Arts Company. There is a beautiful backdrop. So the whole experience is just a very breathtaking and mesmerising experience.
The costumes look absolutely stunning. It looks quite mesmerising and spiritual almost.
Yeah, so these costumes, every year Shenyun has a whole new production. So that means that every year there's the dancers and the music scores, they're all different. The choreography, the backdrop, even the costumes, even down to the hair pieces. So and because it's not something you can get in store or buy online. So everything's actually handmade. We've got a team at the headquarters where everything is handmade. It's hand stitched. It's altered to every performer's even body size and body shape. So there's lots of costume fittings. There's so much work that goes behind it. So what you see on stage is countless hours of work and like hard work and dedication that goes into the production of the show.
You were born in Australia. When did you start your dancing journey and how did you become part of Shenyun?
Well, yes, I was born in Australia. I went over to the States in 2007, so quite a while ago. When I was young, I did a lot of dance and music, so I had that sort of artistic background with me. I did Chinese dance, I did ballet, I even did a little bit of gymnastics and jazz at a point. So I had that sort of background with me, and when this opportunity arose for me that allowed me to go over to further explore basically something that I really enjoyed, I took it and off I went onto the plane. But it was a little hard, especially because America, we're based in New York, so Shenyun's based in New York. It is a long ride out there, but it was, once you're there, it's absolutely amazing. The team culture, the team effort, everyone is just so welcoming, and you learn so much. So I did get a little bit homesick, but I really enjoyed learning about my culture in that sort of environment. I really appreciated being able to dig deeper and to actually discover what the essence of Chinese culture was, because I actually didn't know much about my culture when I was young. So I was really grateful for this opportunity to be able to learn so much there.
Is it like a live-in university type setup, is it?
A little bit, yeah. The headquarters, because we've got so much training going on, there's obviously, for a production like this, there's a lot of countless hours of work that goes behind it every day. So to make things more convenient, we are based in like a headquarters where we all sort of live together, and we kind of grow together. So that way we know each other, so that, when we're dancing on stage, when the orchestra are together playing, you know each other, you feel each other. So it's that sort of bond that you build up between each other that really shows through the teamwork and that we present through on stage.
The Chinese government, now they're not a fan of this, that they call it an anti-society cult and have attempted to cancel some performances around the world. Why is that?
So basically there's a reason, there's a controversy about why Shenyun is not allowed to perform in China, but it's funny because Shenyun is actually, we celebrate traditional Chinese culture around the world, but it's a bit sad that we cannot perform in China, and this is due to because the Chinese government doesn't allow it, and this is because that so Falun Gong, it is also known as Falun Dafa, and it is a peaceful meditation practice, and it combines teachings for self-improvement and meditation exercises. And so these teachings, they're actually centered on three main principles: truth, compassion, and tolerance. And so Shenyun artists actually practice Falun Dafa, and it is actually their source of inspiration for the performances. This is actually because Falun Dafa is a very ancient traditional Chinese practice. And actually, back in ancient China, the artists would actually practice meditation, and they would actually try to find and seek that inner stillness and a connection with the universe. Because the ancient artists back then believed that in order to create real art, the person needed to cultivate virtue and inner purity. So that's why today Shenyun artists actually follow this noble tradition of FIVEAA to be able to present, traditional Chinese culture on stage, because we believe that we need to be pure in order to be able to expand this purity on stage to everyone, to the audience. And so because of this persecution of FIVEAA in China today, where it happened, started back in 1999, there were, every morning, there'll be tens of millions of people that could be found in parks and everywhere, just practicing the gentle exercises. It's kind of like today, when you wake up, some people, they like doing some yoga, they like doing a bit of meditation, just sort of that inner stillness to be able to start your day off right. So we had a lot of that, but then because it got so popular, the government, they didn't like that. They didn't like anything that kind of outgrew their government. So they launched a nationwide persecution to try and wipe it out. But because that it's so beneficial for everyone, there was no harm in practicing. There's no harm in practicing being truthful, being compassionate, and being tolerant. So that's why there's still so many people today practicing it, and that's why today Shenyun artists, we still follow this noble tradition, trying to just bring out our inner purity onto stage to be able to showcase the real essence, the pinnacle essence of classical Chinese culture.
So when you're performing, has the Chinese government threatened any of you dancers directly?
They try to do a little, there's we get interferences here and there, but the theatres, our company has been around for quite a number of years now, and the theatres themselves, the venues, they see the response that the audience has towards us, and they're standing on stage, they see the show too. They know what it's about. There's nothing harmful about it. It's just showcasing traditional Chinese culture. We've got story dances, we've got ethnic dances, we've got classical dances. So it's a combination of Chinese culture, and we're just showcasing this inner purity and the inner grandness of Chinese culture. So the theatre themselves, they see these results, and when we get interferences from their possibly the Chinese government, but they actually don't they don't do much about it. They know what's right, and we keep on going with our shows.
Yeah.
So it's great how the theatres can see what is actually right, and they make the right choice.
Yeah. How bizarre. I just, focus on other things. What role do you play?
So I was a classical Chinese dancer in the show. So the show is about 2.5 hours with an intermission. So basically when the show starts, I'm on stage and I'm there for 2.5 hours. Of course, I'm not in every single dance. There's there's the male dancers, the female dancers. We've got combined story dances. But yeah, I'm on the stage for 2.5 hours.
How rigorous is it? Are you absolutely exhausted afterwards?
Look, it is a tiring. It can be tiring on your energy level and things like that. But because I have so much conviction and so much joy and pride of my culture, I'm just so willing to. You step onto stage, you might be a bit nervous and things like that. But then once you're on stage, the lights are on, the curtains up, you see the audience, you're in your costume. All that goes away, and so you actually don't feel nervous anymore. You feel that sort of excitement in you, and after 2.5 hours, you give it your best, you give it your all, and yeah, you might be tired, but you still got that sense of happiness inside of you that you've done the best you can for the 2.5 hours, and you know that the audience has received our message, and you're just so grateful for everything, for the stage, for the audience. Yeah.
Helen, thank you for your time. That's the end of today's show. The Sports Show with Timmy G and Rowie is coming up next. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Speak to you tomorrow.
That's the sound of KFC's new $4.95 fill-up featuring 2 golden crunchy wicked wings. Not everywhere, not forever, and pick up only. So drop into KFC